Welcome to the New Music Alliance Radio Hour. I'm Violet Hausthor, joined this week by David Sokol and Mistress Miriam. We just heard Honey Money by Karen, paired with See Emily Play by Pink Floyd. And then for our other pairing on this Pairings show, we had No Countries by And the Kids, paired with Because the Night by Patti Smith. Let's start off with And the Kids, because they're truly terrific band.
Mm-hmm. Great energy. I love the energy that they have, and when they perform. That record, Turn to Each Other, that No Countries is from, came out a few years ago, is just amazing. It's got so many great songs written by Hannah Mohan, and it's like there's just something, that record, I think it's one of the best albums to ever come out of this area. And
wow,
so many amazing songs.
It's great. They went to IMA too.
Mm-hmm.
They did. Yeah. Institute.
Yeah, and the energy in that song, the particular hook on how that song gets you, it's really something quite special. I don't know. That one's very easy to catch in your head.
Yeah.
And then of course Patti Smith,
don't get me
Patti
started.
Smith.
She's my goddess.
She's terrific. I love this song, obviously.
And Because the Night was it exploded when it hit radio back in 1978, but Patti Smith was not very commercial. And so for her to do a song that was this kind of catchy, obviously it was co-written by Bruce Springsteen, but long before Springsteen ever recorded it himself. But it was to me, it was kind of like a beautiful meeting of the minds. And it just, that record, when it came on the radio, you stopped what you were doing because it sounded so good.
Yeah, it's a unique one. And it's obviously what Patti Smith's done is worth respecting and worth remembering. And it makes a really good pairing with And the Kids, because the vibes are they both have this slightly alternative edge to them, but are still they still have an immaculate hook. It's really interesting.
They have this layer. The songs both have these, layers. We start with this, and then we go to here, and then we go to here, and then we resolve it here. And that, even though they do it differently, they have that in common as well.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Karen, Honey Money, their Hadley band. Incredible stuff Karen always does. Really, really good with sound, I think, is an interesting description, especially in some of their interesting and experimental albums. They do a lot of really carefully crafted sound design that sort of reminded me of some of this early Pink Floyd. It's like a little bit The Who. It's even a little bit of the psychedelic era of the Beatles. It's in that zone. And I think See Emily Play is an interesting example of both the more experimental side of Karen and the incredible hooks that they can pull off as well.
Definitely. And I love that See Emily Play was such a big hit in England at the time. I mean, Pink Floyd were a very popular band long before metal and Dark Side of the Moon. And
it's a deep cut over in the States. Yeah,
it's a deep cut over in the States, but I think it's one of the best songs of that era for them. And I think it matches up perfectly with Honey Money.
Yeah, it's a unique vibe, and I don't know, I like this one. It's underrated.
Yeah,
and then same with Karen. Coming up next, I guess we're going to delve into our sort of more poppy pairings, or sort of poppy pairings. We're going to be starting things off with Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode, paired with A Memento Mori by Gloss Goddess. So here's Enjoy the Silence.